Hello everyone. I wanted to share with you all a rapture dream that I had on the night of November the 3rd. Truth be told, I was initially hesitant about sharing this dream, mainly because I was worried about what other people would think, and whether they think I'm a religious quack or I've gone off the deep end. But I've reached a point where I don't care what people think, and I wanted to share this with you all. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up with some scripture. I'm going to explain the dream, what happened, and then we'll talk about my thoughts on it afterwards. The first scripture that I want to share with you is Acts chapter 2, verses 17 and 18. And it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my Spirit, and they shall prophesy." If you look on YouTube, there is numerous videos, hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos out there where people have described having rapture dreams. And when you see all of these dreams on there, it, makes you wonder if, any of it's hype or if they're all really being truthful. We watch them in faith, but there's still that little bit of doubt there that if you've never had one yourself, you just wonder, if it's really happening. Well, I had prayed to the Lord that if He wanted to share anything with me, to please do. And I had prayed that weeks and weeks ago, and on the night of November the 3rd, I had a rapture dream. So here's what happened. I was in the dream, I was in a house, okay? I don't know whose house or whatever, but I know that I was in a house, and it was nighttime, and I was looking out the window. Now, in this dream, I was about to willfully sin. I don't know what the sin was, and, in my everyday awake life, I don't go around willfully sinning against God. I do my best to resist sin. But in this dream, for whatever reason, I was making a choice. I was willfully sinning against God. And I looked out the window, and I was looking at the stars. And the stars began to blink. Now, I'm not talking about like an on-off blink, but it was like they were slowly changing in intensity. They would go up, and then they would, they would lighten up a little bit, and then it would get brighter and dim and brighter, and it was at irregular intervals. And in the dream, there was no wonder what was happening. There was no doubt. Without the shadow of a doubt, I knew immediately that the rapture was happening at that moment, and that it was really happening. And in the dream, I became very afraid. I was overwhelmed with fear, and I began to cry out to God and asking Him, please forgive me, because I didn't want to be left behind, because I knew that the rapture was happening at that moment. And then the dream ended. My thoughts on this dream, I will tell you that this dream happened, a little over a week ago, I guess. And it was one of the motivations to really get this online ministry rolling. I had gotten to a point where I had run out of steam, and I really was not motivated to do this ministry. And that was one of the catalysts that really built the momentum up for this ministry. I don't know exactly why I had that dream. One of the ideas I had is the Lord was showing me and was allowing me to feel what people would feel at the rapture who had not trusted Christ and were left behind. And just the fear, and just a completely feeling, completely desperate and afraid, and again, that was motivation to me to really get out and to minister to people and to really preach the gospel. So that's my rapture dream. I have not had another one since, but that was the night of the night of November the 3rd is when I had that. If you have anything that you would like to add to that, any insight on any ideas, I'd love to hear the comments. You can either place a comment in there or message me. I would love to hear about it. Y'all stay blessed. God bless you, and we'll be talking with you later.